With Real Broker for over 720 days at this point. And let me tell you, coming to Real has been the best decision I've ever made, but it wasn't without cost. So we're gonna talk about the pros, the cons, and everything that I've learned about Real Broker, and ultimately to make sure that we can give you the verdict. Is it right for you? Should you even consider it? Or is it somewhere that you shouldn't even look at? What's up, guys? My name is Kagan, and October of 2023, I reached out to Lana Rodriguez on Facebook to say, hey, look, I'm interested in looking at some other opportunities. I'm with this other cloud-based company, and I just wasn't the biggest fan of how things were being held and wasn't my cup of tea, let's just say that. So I looked at some options. I was looking at Realty One, I was looking at a few other Coldwell offices and some KWs, and ultimately what drew me to Real more than anything else was I never got pitched once. That was the most unique thing that I've ever experienced while also having the most tactical classes. You see, I feel like a lot of classes are very ambiguous. I feel a lot of classes just are, hey, here's the high level overhead, now go figure out how to do it. The one class that I went to with Lana, it was talking about Facebook ads, and the guy was literally giving everything away. We're talking copy, we're talking principles, we're talking ad structures, we're talking creatives. He even stayed on the call over 20 minutes just to answer questions. And to me, this was something that I've never experienced before, so I asked about it. I said, hey, is this normal? She didn't even understand what I was talking about. Is what normal? Is someone staying 20 minutes after a call to help us out? Is that normal? Well, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't it be? You guys have questions. And you see that simplicity in response really cultivated this notion in my mind that said that Real is like that. Culture is cadence, as Sharon, the president, the ex-president of Real, now my stepdad, says. Culture is cadence. And more than anything else, having that rhythm that operates within that beat and that frequency, and having all these 30,000 people that, well, beat to the same drum, that's really, really special and something that I haven't seen before. You know, combining with this, I also made more money off of my transactions with Real than anywhere else that I've been. At a little boutique brokerage, I was at a 50-50 split. At another cloud-based company, I was at 80-20 plus mentorships. There were a lot of different things that I had to struggle with. However, at Real, it was 85-15 with a $12,000 cap. And then once I capped, I was at 100%. You see, that was really amazing for me because for me, more than anything else, was making sure that we had that financial stability. Combining that with the fact that we're getting stocks and there's reward for actually doing and selling houses was absolutely incredible for me. The biggest question that I've always had when I was thinking about any move was, well, how does this look tactically? I'm a very tactical individual. I like tactics. I like things that are actionable. I don't need help with my mindset. I want actual things that I need to implement on a day-by-day basis. This was by far the best decision for that as well. And you're asking me why? Well, look, every single class that I've been to has been tactical. It's been these apps to use, these notions, these principles, these creatives, and they show it. You see, that was the biggest thing that I've always struggled with. It was, okay, cool, I understand that I need to run Facebook ads, but how? Okay, cool, I understand that this is how I run ads, but what do I post? And those things, albeit you may think it's silly, it's things that people actually need. Because you can tell someone to run Facebook ads, you can tell someone to make content, but if you're not actually showing what to make, it's bad, right? It's just bad. So for me, that was really, really important as well. One of the biggest things that I struggled with when I was coming to Real was, honestly, I was kind of alone. You know, and that was my biggest thing. I was living in an apartment, and for me, it was always just, okay, I'm in this corner, I'm working in this corner, and there's no one here. At the very least, when I was in my local boutique, I had some people that I was talking to, albeit they were very much so, yeah, I can't show you this because it's, you know, dog eat dog, but I also felt alone. And I talked to Lana about this, I talked to a lot of individuals about this, and one of the biggest things was a lot of people felt alone. And what made me love the company even more is Real did something about this. They started creating accountability groups, marketing cohorts. People started reaching out from other different locations that you didn't even know existed and said, hey, look, let's do this together. Let's do that together. Combine that with the co-sponsorship model of having access to all 50 states and all the provinces in Canada. Yeah, that made me feel a lot more connected. You see, I was bringing over an individual all the way from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And for us, it was a question of, well, this guy's new. What do we do? Who do we put them under? I can't answer questions about contracts in Harrisburg. What do I do? Co-sponsorship changed that. It gave us an opportunity to collaborate with people from different markets and different locations, and honestly, that was such a unique and amazing feeling. Look, this isn't a video that's meant to poop on other companies or to say how amazing Real is. It's just giving you my personal opinion. I'm a guy in my 20s. I immigrated to America in 2008, so I have my own idiosyncratic ideas of how the world is shaped. I have my own formalities and my own thoughts. And people that think like me are going to agree with this, and people that don't aren't going to agree with it. And both answers are totally fine. But I will say this. I went to Rise a few days ago, and I've said this story so many times. While inebriated, a little bit, I saw something that I hadn't seen anywhere. I saw the president of a multi-billion-dollar company dancing with us. That's right. Jameer Poleg is on the dance floor. Jameer Poleg was on the dance floor, dancing with us. And so was Jenna, and so was Pratesh, and so was Dre. How amazing is that? How amazing is it to have people that are making millions of dollars, that don't need to be there because they want to. That is what sold me on the company. That right there. Not the tech, not the AI CRM, all of which I've talked about, all of which is amazing. But the humanity, the connection, the love, it's real. And I say this with so much conviction in my heart because I mean it. I really do. 720 days later, I have one regret. I wish I joined the company sooner. And if you're interested in the company or have any questions about it, all of my information is there. We can talk, we can collaborate, I can answer any questions that you have, because I'll say this, making that move to Real has been the best decision for me financially, spiritually, emotionally, professionally. My best friends work with me here. I laugh every single day. I connect with amazing human beings. If that sounds like something that you want to do as well, let's do it. Together.